It's the 12th of August 2024, Monday, and the start of a fresh new week. Now, bringing to you this morning edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio, I am Hashini Patharana. Before we take a look at your news in detail, let's take a look at your headlines first.
News First headline.
Candidates to sign nomination papers amid tight security. Election observers report bribery and abuse of power in presidential election. Election Commission summons party representatives over secretary issues. And in international headlines, Ukrainian troops now up to 30 kilometers inside Russia, says Moscow. And in your sports, it's cricket. Sri Lanka women triumph over Ireland in first T20I. Now, taking a look at your top local story this morning, Anurukumara Dissanayake, the leader of the National People's Power, is set to sign his nomination papers for the upcoming presidential election today. The signing will take place at the JVP office at 9:30 a.m. Now, presidential candidate Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca signed his nomination papers yesterday afternoon at his office in Athurugeria. The National Election Commission has announced that the nominations for the presidential election will be accepted on the 15th of August from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Elections Secretariat. To ensure the security of the nomination process, the Sri Lanka Police has implemented a special security program which includes the assistance of Police Special Task Force. Now, additionally, a special traffic plan will be in effect on the 15th around the Elections Secretariat in Rajagiriya, where the nominations will be submitted. The number of representatives accompanying candidates to submit their nominations has been limited. According to Election Commissioner General Samal Sri Ratnayake, only 2 individuals, including the party secretary and the presidential candidate, will be allowed to enter the nomination hall. 3 additional representatives will be permitted to stay within the Election Secretariat. And in more local news, election observers have raised concerns over alleged bribery and misuse of state power by some public representatives in the run-up to the presidential election. According to Rohan Hettiarachchi, the executive director of the People's Action for Free and Fair Elections, or the PAFREL, a total of 84 complaints have been received so far, primarily related to the misuse of state power and property. Now, Manjula Gajanayake, the executive director of the Institute for Democratic Reforms and Electoral Studies, reported that 44 complaints have been lodged regarding violations of election laws. Additionally, the Police Operation Room has received 9 complaints related to the presidential election, with 4 specifically concerning election law violations and 5 involving acts of violence. The National Election Commission has also reported a significant number of complaints, totaling to 320. Of these, 103 complaints have been directed to the District Election Complaints Management Center, while the remaining 214 have been reported to the National Election Complaints Management Center. Still in local news, representatives from 2 recognized political parties have been summoned before the National Election Commission today to address issues concerning their party secretaries. The parties in question are the Eksat Lanka Mahasabha Party and the Lanka Janata Party. The National Election Commission has highlighted ongoing problems with the secretaries of 6 recognized political parties. According to a special Gazette notice issued by the Commission, the parties include the Sri Lanka Progressive Front, Eelavar Democratic Front, United People's Freedom Alliance, United Lanka Podujana Party, Eksat Lanka Mahasabha Party and Lanka Janata Party. The Commission's notice also confirmed that 84 political parties have been accepted for election purposes under the Parliamentary Elections Act No. 1 of 1981. The Election Commission is expected to discuss and resolve these issues to ensure smooth operations and compliance with electoral regulations.
International news.
Now taking a look at your international news this morning, Ukrainian troops have advanced after 30 kilometers inside Russia in what has become the deepest and most significant incursion since Moscow began its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Now, Russia's defense ministry said its forces had engaged Ukrainian troops near the villages of Tolpino and Kolodez as the offensive in the Kursk region entered a sixth day. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova accused Kiev of intimidating the peaceful population of Russia. President Volodymyr Zelensky, who directly acknowledged the attack for the first time in an address last night, said 2,000 cross-border attacks had been launched by Russia from Kursk this summer.
Sports news.
And now, taking a look at your sports news for this morning. Sri Lanka women secured a convincing victory against hosts Ireland in the first T20, winning by 7 wickets. Now, the match played in Dublin saw the Sri Lanka women's team opting to field first after winning the toss. Ireland's batting lineup was led by Gabby Lewis, who scored 39 runs, followed by Ola Prendergast with 29 runs and captain Laura Delaney with 25 runs. Inoshi Priyadarshini was the standout bowler for Sri Lanka, taking 2 wickets. The Irish women posted a total of 145 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. In response, Sri Lanka's innings was spearheaded by Harshita Samaravikrama and Vishmi Gunaratne. Now, Gunaratne contributed 30 runs, while Samaravikrama delivered an exceptional performance, scoring an unbeaten 86 runs off 45 balls. Sri Lanka women successfully chased the target of 146 runs, achieving victory with a loss of only 3 wickets in 16.4 overs. And that's all the news we got for this morning edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. Thank you for watching. I'm Hashini Pathirana, and stay tuned for more of the very latest.